Greetings. I would like to welcome all of you to the fourth episode of Power BI Desktop for busy students. In this episode, we are going to be visualizing the data. At this process, we have already imported the data we want into Power BI. We have already changed the data format, the data types, and we have used DAX to create a new column for our data. Now we're going to visualize, and before you can visualize, you can notice we have to change from the data to the visualization mode. So I will click here in order to view the first page of your visualization. Over here, you're going to choose the visualization type you are going to use, and you're going to select what data you're going to apply to the visualization, and you're going to change the different options, such as what values are going to be displayed and how are you going to format the visualization. And you are also going to specify the filter, in which we will be explaining about this in a future episode. Let's begin by creating a table. A table is a very simple visualization in which you will show the data in a table form. I will click on table and you will notice this is the table we have. So right now we are going to fill up the table. So I'm going to show you basically the student, how much time they took in the exam, what major they are from, and I'm going to show you the percentage of the student in the exam. Now when you drag these values into the tables, you have to look how it uses the value in your system. Now you can notice there is a summation sign in front, in front of the student ID. Now the reason why there is a summation is that in Power BI, if any of your fields are a number, it will conclude it is a number and it would do mathematical calculation with the field. So when I drag the student ID down, you can notice it will give you 334. If you go back and look at your data, you can notice that this is not what we want. For the student ID, we have students with many different ID. I don't want to know how many there are. You can notice over here, it says we have 334 students over here. I don't want that. You can notice whenever you drag any of these values down, we can choose how do you want to show it. Right now, it is count, which means it will count how many unique IDs we have. Over here, I'm going to change this to don't summarize. If you do don't summarize, it will list out all of the student IDs in my data. Once we have this, I am also going to drag down the major. You can notice after student ID, I can drag down the major we have over here. I can put down the time, drag it down, drag it down. You can put down the percent in the exam to know how much did the student get in our exam. Now over here, this is a very basic visualization option. You can actually change a few of the details by clicking on the format of the graph. When you click on the graph, we can click on format to change many different things. They are placed in the different categories that we are using. We can change basically the totals. You can notice at the end, for the total, we do not want to total all of the percentage. We can turn this off inside your visualization options. We can change the column headers. What color do you want? Instead of black, we can make it have blue color if you like. We can also change the font size to make it a little bit bigger if you like. So all of these formatting options you can change in any way you like. So let's go look at another visualization. So right now I am going to use a pie chart, and in the pie chart I'm going to put down the major over here, and the student ID. So we can notice that in the pie chart we can see how many students are from each of the major that have been taking my exam. So this is actually another example that you can use for visualization. So you can try to play around with many of the different visualizations. Each of these visualizations, you can change what you want to put over here. If it is a number, you can also change how you're going to summarize the numbers. Do you want the min, the max, the count, the average, the sum, or so on? Okay, so this is going to be a very quick introduction to the visualization part in Power BI. This is all for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to look at some advanced options in our visualization. We're going to look at how we're going to drill down and how we're going to play around with the filters when we're using Power BI Desktop. Thank you for your time and see you in the next episode.